Hey, what's up, YouTube? So, if you didn't think the Warriors were already this unstoppable force of a team, this absolute super team that no other team in the NBA has any chance of beating next season, well, I got some bad news for you because they just made another bombshell signing. Might be even worse than the Kevin Durant when you really think about it because DeMarcus Cousins, All NBA, All Star center, DeMarcus Cousins has officially signed a 1-year, $5.3 million contract with the Golden State Championship Warriors. If you can tell why I'm so depressed right now, as an NBA fan, there's literally no point in watching next season when you really think about it. So I'm just going to tip my cap right here to the Golden State Warriors. Congratulations, you are 2019 NBA champs. I'm stopping this video right now. Obviously, I'm just kidding, guys, but this is obviously a huge signing for the Warriors as they really don't need DeMarcus Cousins on their roster right now as it is currently constructed. But, man, this is just crazy how this all came down. So, basically, if you weren't following the situation, DeMarcus Cousins, he's looking for a max deal or, a long-term deal where he can get near max money at least. And it just seemed like, for whatever reason, probably because of the ruptured Achilles that he suffered late last season after the All-Star break, that a lot of teams were very skeptical of giving him that type of max money long term. So he decided that he will spend 1 year at the Warriors, go win a championship on a less salary, rebuild his value to a degree, and go and hit the market next year in 2019 and try and get a max deal then. And for DeMarcus Cousins, I think it makes a ton of sense because when you really look at here, he ruptured his Achilles last season. That is a huge injury, especially for a 7-foot big man such as he is. He's a big dude, guys. I mean, that type of injury, it's going to take a bit of time for him to really come back to 100%. And I can definitely get a lot of different teams out there, especially the Pelicans, the Lakers, who had a chance to sign him, and some of the other teams that had some cap space, like the Bulls, Hawks, Kings. I mean, even though they're not competing teams, they still had enough cap space or potential cap space to make a move to sign him. I can understand them being skeptical and saying, like, hey, we're not willing to commit this much money to a guy that might not be the same player as he was before. And what he was before was a guy that really was not a winning type of player. So what are you really adding there when you're giving him that big of a contract as the number one centerpiece guy? I can definitely understand that. But for DeMarcus Cousins here, this is a great opportunity, I think, for him to really come back healthy, take his time, really get back in the shape of things. Because the Warriors, like I said before, they don't need him at this point to win a championship or to win in the regular season at this point. And not like they really care about the regular season anyway. As it is right now, DeMarcus Cousins, where he's at in his rehab right now, it sounds like he's probably shooting to come back sometime in December or maybe early January at the earliest, which, I mean, that would be a really nice, I think, because he can skip the early part of the season of the NBA where it really doesn't matter. Just take his time with his recovery. He'll still have enough time to really fit in with his roster and figure out his role and how to play with his team and in this system. So I think it's a huge win for DeMarcus Cousins in that aspect, in that he can be healthy and then really get his value back up, because the fact that a lot of teams were not willing to pay maximum contract to a guy that for the last 5 years or so is probably the best pure center in the NBA, it says a lot about that Achilles injury, and maybe it says a lot about his attitude problems that have kind of come up in his career and kind of the reputation that he has as a person, as a player right now, how he kind of will fit into a team's locker room. No better place to go than go to the Golden State Warriors, where they're very willing to embrace any type of personality into that locker room and really help you go on the right path, I think, to be a really good NBA player once again. So for the Warriors, obviously, this is just mind-blowingly, gosh, what a deal. The fact that they're able to get a top 5 center, top 3 center, however you want to put him, if DeMarcus Cousins comes back even like 70 to 80% of what he was before that ruptured Achilles, I don't see how this Warriors team isn't considered among the best, if not the best team of all time, because they have 5 players that have one point have been all-stars in the prime of their careers still. These guys are all in their primes. This is just ridiculous. We haven't seen a team this stacked in terms of all-star level talent since maybe the 80s, when you had the Los Angeles Lakers and the Boston Celtics literally had their team so stacked. They had guys like Kevin McHale coming off the bench That's how good the Celtics were back in the 80s. The Los Angeles Lakers, they had Hall of Fame players coming off the bench. That's how good those teams were. And then you have the Warriors here in this league where there's a lot more teams. There's a lot more restrictions on the salary cap. There's a lot more incentives for players to stay where they are in terms of getting max contracts. They're able to put together this type of team where if Cousins is even remotely healthy and even remotely as good as he was before, I don't see how any team can compete with these guys. I really don't. Because they can, whether it's Demarcus Cousins coming off the bench, whether the Warriors want to play small still in their starting lineup with Andre Iguodala still there, or whether they put him at the 5 there like he should be anyway as their starting 5, there's just no way. If Cousins can somehow fit his game into their system and really become more of an unselfish player with this team, there's no way this team can be beat. There's simply no way. We might as well just pack it up for next season for the NBA and just move on to the 2019-2020 season, because there is no way in heck that any single team in the NBA right now can beat this Warriors team on paper as it is currently constructed. Because you got to figure that they're going to make one or two under-the-radar moves to really fix their bench, which was a major problem for them last year. To really fix that bench a little bit, they still got guys like Sean Livingston, Andre Iguodala still there, still playing productive basketball. I think Jordan Bell is going to be a kid that can take another big step next year as a young player for them. This team is absolutely stacked right now. And the fact that Demarcus Cousins is going there for a year, it'll probably be a one-year type of deal for them because Demarcus Cousins, he's going to be looking for that max contract, and he's not going to be able to get it with the Warriors, unfortunately for them. For him, really for both of them, really think about it. But man, this is just crazy, I think, for the NBA. Like I said, I mean, as a fan of seeing great teams, it'll be fun to definitely watch this team play next season. But as an NBA fan who wants to see a lot of great competition, it's saddening to see that there's really no other team with any chance of beating these guys next year, which is kind of sad. But we'll definitely see how it plays out. Because for all you know, Demarcus Cousins, he might not come back the same from that ruptured Achilles. And either way, the Warriors are still going to be the best team in the league by far. But maybe it won't stack the deck quite in their favor, but I have a feeling that it's going to work out very, very well for the team in the Bay Area known as the Golden State Warriors. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think that the Demarcus Cousins signings for the Warriors really tips the scales way too much in the favor? How do you think this looks for the NBA as a whole? Are you planning on watching NBA basketball next season? Because I'm definitely considering skipping it because my Bulls are going to suck. The Warriors are going to win the championship next year. As an NBA fan, it's not looking very good. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please leave a like and subscribe for more videos such as this. And thanks, guys, for watching.